Evil Superman. This variant was crafted from Joker, but how? So everything was going great. Superman was the symbol of hope for the Earth with a happy life. And you know what? He was about to become a dad. But then everything changes as Joker tricks Superman into killing his pregnant wife. Not only this, he also sets a bomb on her that any second her heartbeat stops, the bomb will detonate. And at last it happened. A blast that destroyed Metropolis. Seeing this, Superman was filled with pure rage and grief. In the next moment, Superman shoves his hand straight through Joker's chest. Now, you're probably asking me, why did Superman do that? Well, Joker taunts him because he is more gullible than Batman. In his last breath, he is happy that he broke the Man of Steel to a point of no return. This event broke him completely. He then decides to bring world peace at any cost. He reformed the government, invaded countries, killed, and even imprisoned other heroes who didn't follow his orders. You see, Injustice Superman was just too brutal, but his other evil variant is even worse than this one. And we're going to get to him in a little bit. Owlman. Owlman is the nihilistic version of Batman, who is the Wayne family's eldest son, who conspires to kill his own family. But why? He thought they were mismanaging the money, and he was about to kill his mom and dad in front of Bruce. He tried to persuade him to help him kill them, but when the time came, he hesitated, so he murdered Bruce. And Alfred assisted his parents. Bruce's death really shocked him, as he loved him the most. While Batman does not kill, he does think a second before snapping someone's neck. He rules his city through crime syndicate, manipulates people like a fair with Superman to use them as a tool. Owlman's whole deal is that he's a hardcore nihilist. He thinks that because the multiverse has infinite branches, nothing anyone does actually matters. Every choice you make just creates another reality where you made the opposite choice. So, in his mind, the only decision that actually means anything is destroying everything. That's why he's trying to take down the entire universe. It's the one choice that can't be undone by some alternate reality. Ultraman. This variant is not a fallen hero or something, he is just pure evil. Instead of landing in Kansas, brought up through good parenting, he is parented by criminal parents. He grew not to help people, but to rule people through fear and power. First appearing in 1964's Justice League of America number 29, he's the leader of the Crime Syndicate of America, CSA, an evil Justice League counterpart. Driven by greed, arrogance, and a mobster mentality, he uses his powers for personal empire building rather than protection. In comics, he's a made man who extorts and conquers, viewing weakness as punishable. His philosophy? Power is for domination, not service. Ultraman is basically the entire opposite of Superman. Kryptonite actually powers him up instead of weakening him. Every time he's exposed to it, he gets new abilities like different types of supervision. The twist is that sunlight makes him weaker, so he has to keep consuming kryptonite just to stay strong. Fan discussions highlight this as a fun evil Superman. Less philosophical than Owlman, but more brutal. Parallax, Hal Jordan. This hero murdered thousands trying to save millions. Hal Jordan was one of the greatest Green Lanterns ever. Fearless test pilot, space cop with a ring powered by pure willpower. But then, Cyborg Superman and Mongol obliterate Coast City. 7 million people dead in seconds. His home, his family, everyone he loved, gone. Hal begs the Guardians of the Universe to help him bring them back. They say no, just move on and keep being a hero. So Hal breaks. He flies to Oa and starts killing Green Lanterns one by one, draining their rings to gain enough power to fix everything. He murders Kilowong, his best friend, snaps Sinestro's neck, absorbs the entire central power battery that powers every Green Lantern ring in existence. But here's the twist, Hal wasn't just going insane. An ancient fear demon called Parallax was hiding in that battery, and it possessed him the moment he absorbed it. This thing turned all his willpower into destructive fear, making him believe restarting the universe would bring Coast City back. as Parallax, Hal can warp reality and time travel. In Zero Hour, he tries to erase the entire DC timeline to rebuild it perfectly. The whole Justice League can't stop him, but deep down, Hal never fully lost himself. When Earth's sun is dying, he sacrifices all his power to reignite it, dying a hero. Years later, other Lanterns rip Parallax out of his body. Hal comes back, redeemed. Superwoman. She's Wonder Woman with zero morals and a hunger for power that never stops. Superwoman comes from Earth 3, a universe where all heroes are villains. She's an evil Amazon who uses Wonder Woman's abilities not to inspire peace, but to conquer and control. In the crime syndicate, she's the queen of manipulation, blending seduction with brutal violence to get exactly what she wants. Here's what makes her terrifying. She doesn't just overpower you. She uses her lasso to force absolute obedience, breaking people's minds and turning them into slaves. While Wonder Woman's lasso reveals truth, Superwoman's lasso destroys free will. And she also loves every second of it. But wait, it gets even messier. She's married to Ultraman, the evil Superman, but she's also having an affair with Owlman too, the evil Batman. And she's not trapped in some love triangle. She's playing both of them against each other, using their rivalry to gain even more power within the crime syndicate. You think she's just muscle, but actually, she's the mastermind pulling strings behind the scenes. While Ultraman rules through fear and Owlman through strategy, Superwoman manipulates both, ensuring she always comes out on top no matter who wins. On Crisis on Two Earths, she leads attacks on the main DC universe, nearly helping destroy everything. Wonder Woman finally defeats her in combat, but Superwoman doesn't die. She's just captured, always waiting for her next chance to strike. But this next speedster makes her look patient. Johnny Quick. Now, if Superwoman was ruthless, Johnny Quick is just straight up psychotic. He's the Flash if the Flash loved killing people. Johnny Quick comes from Earth 3, the same as Superwoman, and he's the crime syndicate speedster. But unlike the Flash, who saves lives in the blink of an eye, Johnny Quick ends them just as fast, and he thinks it's hilarious. Yikes. He's got all the same powers, super speed, can vibrate through walls, and phase through solid objects, but here's the horrifying part. When Johnny phases through someone, he doesn't just pass through them, he vibrates their molecules so violently that they explode from the inside out. Hearts burst, bodies detonate, and he's laughing the entire time. There's no tragic backstory here, no possession, no corruption. Johnny Quick is just pure evil because he genuinely enjoys watching people suffer. He's a serial killer with super speed, using his powers for torture and chaos just because it entertains him. In Crisis on Two Earths, he uses his speed to open portals between universes, helping the crime syndicate invade the main DC Earth. He's blitzing through the Justice League, leaving destruction everywhere he goes. You think speed equals heroism, but actually it's the perfect tool for terror when you're fast enough that no one can stop you. And the reason why is insane. He literally gets a thrill from the hunt. But Johnny's arrogance catches up to him. He overexerts himself trying to vibrate open a massive portal, and his body can't handle it. He ages rapidly in seconds and disintegrates completely. Gone in a flash. Soviet Superman. Superman didn't break from grief or get possessed, he was raised wrong from the very beginning. In Superman Red Son, baby Kal-El's rocket doesn't land in Kansas, it crashes in 1930s Soviet Ukraine instead. Joseph Stalin finds him, and instead of being raised by loving farmers who teach him truth and justice, Superman grows up as a propaganda weapon for the communist regime. At first, he actually believes he's doing good. He ends famine, protects workers, uses his powers to help the people. But here's where it gets dark. After Stalin dies, Superman takes over leadership of the entire Soviet Union, and he decides that humanity can't be trusted to govern itself. So he starts lobotomizing anyone who disagrees with him. Protesters? Reprogrammed into obedient citizens. He teams up with Brainiac of all people to create robot armies that enforce his perfect society. Within decades, he conquers most of the world, turning Earth into a communist dystopia where everyone is equal because no one has any freedom. You think he's saving the world, but actually he's becoming the ultimate tyrant, believing absolute control equals peace. And the reason why is insane. He genuinely thinks he's the hero, that forcing everyone into line is compassionate. Unlike heroic Superman who inspires hope, Soviet Superman enforces obedience. His symbol isn't hope, it's a hammer and sickle stamped on every flag across the planet. In the end, Lex Luthor defeats him of all people not with strength, but with a letter revealing the truth about his alien origins. Superman realizes he's truly become a monster, fakes his death, and disappears forever. Flashpoint Aquaman. Alright, buckle up because this one literally drowns millions. Flashpoint Aquaman proves that even the noblest hero can become a genocidal monster when you take away the one thing they love. In the Flashpoint timeline, Barry Allen messes with time to save his mother, and it breaks everything. In this alternate reality, Aquaman is still king of Atlantis, but his story takes a horrific turn. He falls in love with Wonder Woman, and they start an affair. But when his wife Mira finds out, Wonder Woman kills her in a jealous rage, and Aquaman loses it completely. He declares war on the entire surface world and the Amazons. We're not talking small battles. Aquaman floods all of Western Europe, killing over 100 million people in massive tsunamis. Just if you thought Aquaman wasn't powerful. Cities vanish underwater in seconds. Countries disappear. He's using Atlantean technology to weaponize the ocean itself, drowning continents just to make humanity suffer. But here's what makes this terrifying. Heroic Aquaman is a bridge between land and sea, protecting both worlds. Flashpoint Aquaman sees the surface as something that needs to be erased. He executes prisoners, allies with villains like Deathstroke, and keeps escalating until nuclear war becomes a real threat. You think he's fighting for justice, but actually he's committing genocide out of pure revenge. And the reason why is insane. One murder turned him into a mass murderer of millions. His war with Wonder Woman nearly ends the world. They're both so consumed by rage that their battle pushes Earth to apocalypse. Eventually, Aquaman dies in the final clash, but the timeline is so broken that Barry has to reset everything, erasing this nightmare completely. Cyborg Superman. The next one is twisted because he's not even really Superman. Cyborg Superman is an imposter who destroyed Superman's legacy from the inside. His real name is Hank Henshaw, a NASA astronaut. Cosmic radiation hits his crew during a space mission, killing everyone, including his wife. Hank's body decays, but his consciousness transfers into machines, and he blames Superman for not saving them. So, Hank rebuilds himself using Kryptonian technology, creating a half machine, half Superman body. He looks like Superman, has his powers, and fools the entire world into thinking he's the real deal after Superman dies, but it's all a lie. Here's where it gets horrifying. While everyone trusts him, Cyborg Superman teams up with Mongol and obliterates Coast City. 7 million people dead instantly. He turns the ruins into Engine City, all while wearing Superman's face. This is the same destruction that breaks Hal Jordan and creates Parallax. You think he wants redemption, but actually, he wants to destroy everything Superman stood for. He's immortal now, trapped in a mechanical body, blaming Superman for the curse of never dying. In Reign of the Supermen, he opens portals for Darkseid to invade Earth, using his fake trust to betray humanity. The real Superman destroys his body in battle, but here's the nightmare. Cyborg Superman transfers his consciousness into new machines. Shatter his body, screw his body, his mind finds another host. He's basically unkillable. Speaking of unkillable nightmares, this final speedster makes death itself irrelevant. Dark Flash. This is Barry Allen if he never stopped trying to fix the one thing he couldn't save. In the Flash movie, young Barry time travels to save his mother from being murdered. But this creates an alternate timeline where an older Barry has been trying to fix everything for years, failing over and over. Those failures broke him completely. Dark Flash becomes a scared, armored monster fused with Speed Force energy. His body is falling apart, his mind is shattered, and he's obsessed with controlling timelines so no one else can change them. If he can't save his mother, nobody gets to save anyone. Here's the nightmare part. He starts hunting down and killing alternate berries across the multiverse. He impales them, erases them, murders anyone trying to fix time because only his reality should exist. You think he's trying to save people, but actually, he's a multiversal serial killer, destroying entire realities to maintain control. The Speed Force drove him mad, turning heroic determination into paranoid obsession. He manipulates the Chrono Ball, collides universes, and battles Justice Leagues across timelines. His speed is now a weapon to enforce his will on existence itself. In the end, young Barry realizes the only way to stop him is to let his mother die. Break the loop. When he does, dark flashes are raised, fading into the Speed Force as timelines stabilize. Even the fastest man alive can't outrun grief. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out evil versions of Marvel heroes next.